I want to thank the whole family for doing Christmas Eve here at my beautiful new home. Every year you guys keep asking me and begging me to sing. What you don't realize is that as a DJ, entertainer, and karaoke hostess for more than half of my life, singing is work for me. And holidays are for family, not for work. Unless it's New Year's Eve when we DJs make a fortune. Oh, that was funny. You also know that this year is very special to me because we have my son with us for the first time in many, many years, all the way from San Francisco. My gay son, whom I have always been nothing but proud of, and who I have always loved and adored just the same as my regular kids. I want to send this song right out to you. Okay, Lois, I can't do this song a cappella. I need sexy lighting and lots of echo. Come on. There you go. I used to go-go. Word is about, there's something evolving. Whatever may come, the world keeps revolving. There is fashion, there is fad. Some is good, some is bad. And the joke is rather sad that it's all just a little bits of history repeating. And I've seen it before, and I'll see it again. Not bad for 60-year-old hips. Are you fucking kidding me? There's a special place in hell for people whose parents do karaoke professionally. You wonder why I have all these karaoke issues. It is December 24th, 1997, and I have just arrived in Baltimore, Washington International Airport, where I am going to spend Christmas Eve with my family, whom I have not seen in 15 years. Lorenzo! Woo! I'm expecting my mom, but that looks like my Aunt Lois. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, it is you! Look at you! Look at you! Turn around! Turn around! I'm 32 years old and I still have to turn around. Aunt Lois, what are you doing here? Did the whole freaking family come out here? I made Mom promise not to do this. I didn't even want her out here. I just wanted to take the shuttle. The shuttle? No way, hon. We're Sicilians. When family comes, we all gotta go to the airport. End of story. That super shuttle bullshit is for them atheists. Your mom's gonna be here in a minute. She's gonna pull right in here. Yeah, she's just driving around in circles so she doesn't have to pay for parking. So you live out in California now? You know, I've never been to California, but your Uncle Louie always takes me out to Vegas. Have you been to Vegas? Oh, lately? Oh my God, it is so much classier now. And speaking of classy, oh my God, you haven't seen our new condo? Split level, wall to wall. You should come over. We'll all get crabs. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, I think I'm home. Seconds later, my mother's SUV pulls up, and there she is. I haven't seen her in 15 years, and she looks so different. But she won't even bring the car to a complete stop. So it's like we have to scramble just to get in. I'm going to break this down for you really, really quick. In the driver's seat is my mother. My mother has to drive every vehicle she rides in, even if it doesn't belong to her. Oh yeah, I can't do taxis, shuttles, none of that. In the seat directly behind my mother is my now 93-year-old catatonic and drooling grandmother. Why did they bring her? She can't even see anything. My grandmother always has to take a seat directly behind my mother, even if they're the only two people in the car. Yeah, I saw that on Discovery. That's in case we have an accident and my car flips over and then bursts into flames. I need to know where she is. As I pass the front of the car quickly before she runs me over with it, I catch sight of the reason for this visit. My baby sisters. Except they are not babies anymore. They are these fully grown, fully developed sluts. In the front seat is my oldest sister, Justina. She's got teased, big bleach blonde hair. She's wearing a ski jacket slung over a sports bra, spandex shorts, and a camel toe. Not on Christmas. Justina has to sit in the front at all times with an unobstructed view of the front and sides, or she will vomit all over herself because of her severe motion sickness. The kid can puke right in the middle of a sentence. In the back seat, between my Aunt Lois and my 93-year-old drooling grandmother, is my youngest sister, Daniela, looking more like a 15-year-old Peg Bundy. Daniela cannot sit in back seats because she is severely claustrophobic. But Justina's vomiting trumps that today, so the only way she can sit in the back seat is if she sits in the middle with her legs extended between the bucket seats on top of the parking brake. I left the whole freaking car, so where do I get to sit? The guest? I'm in the back hatch like a dog. My suitcase on my lap next to my mom's business equipment. My mom's business is one of the leading DJ karaoke services in the Baltimore metropolitan area. And I am seated next to what appears to be a spare tire and a fog machine. Oh yeah, you gotta have the fog. The Jews always want them for their bar mitzvahs. They know if I got the fog, they're gonna pay. We're heading towards my mother's new house. I've never seen this house. My parents separated a long time ago, and my mom moved with the kids back to Baltimore, where she was born and where I was born and grew up. And I haven't seen Baltimore in so long, and it's different, but it's the same in parts, and the streets are getting more and more and more eerily familiar. And that's when I realized her new house isn't new. This is 3736 Lindale Avenue. This is the red brick row home. This was my grandmother's house. This is where I lived until I was 7. It looks almost exactly the same. I mean, there's the statue of the Madonna out in front, and there's these painted screens so that you can't see in the summer. Painted by a blind man. I never understood that. And my mom completely overdid it with the Christmas lights because that's what she does every single year. And the illuminated nativity scene has some historically inappropriate animals. But I'm so happy to be back here. Until I get inside the house. And then I realize she's destroyed everything. The hardwood floors are covered by this olive triple shag carpeting. There's this crushed velvet sofa set. All the walls are burnt orange. But the worst thing she did is she removed the staircases to make the house seem wider and replaced them with those hideous black wrought iron spiral staircases going up to the bedrooms and down to the basement. She's wrapped gold Christmas garland around the handrails and everything else in the house. It looks like one of Liberace's poor relatives lives here. I I'm barely taking this trauma in, and my mother says, "Can you shovel out the walkway so Fat Mary doesn't fall down like she does every goddamn year? Thanks, hon." Can I put down my suitcase? I know what you're thinking. Why are you here? To answer that question, I have to take you back a couple of months, late night to my apartment in San Francisco. Harry, I know it's really late in London. I mean, really early. I can't get anybody else on the phone. I just tested positive, Harry. Do I know what to do? This is San Francisco. I'm HIV positive in San Francisco. There's too much to do. There's like bike rides, and there's bowling alleys, and there's potlucks. They gave me this full-color brochure. I feel like I'm going on a cruise. The first thing I thought when they told me is, I have these sisters in Baltimore. I don't even think they know I exist. I gotta do something about that, Perry. Hon? Oh, good, you're still up. Aunt Lois and I are just wondering if we can talk you into going to midnight mass one more time. Ma, look, the flight really wiped me out, and, I haven't been to confession in 20 years, a while, and, the last train tomorrow to New York leaves Baltimore downtown at noon, and are you sure you want to take me? Because we're going to have to leave at like 10:15 in the morning. Don't you have other stuff to do on Christmas morning? What I wish you would do is stay here and spend Christmas dinner with your family like you oughta. Look, we haven't had any chance to be alone, and I got to get this off my chest, okay? This family feels terrible about all them years that we weren't speaking. I was just in this real dark place, and you know me, I don't talk to no shrinks or none of that. But ever since I discovered Paxil, everything is different. I get so much done now. But I know it must have been real lonely for you all them years, and I feel bad about that. I don't know what to do with this. My mother is suddenly going to be like a human being for 5 seconds, and maybe she's been good all this time, and maybe I've missed out on all of these years, and there's so much I want to tell her. It's just, I don't want to tell her any of it on Christmas Eve. I love you, Mama, but I found my way, and we can go back and change the years. We're going through changes. We're going through changes. Okay. Good night, hon. Changes. I love you, Mom. Changes. Who's that? Justina? Hey, it's your Aunt Lois. Merry Christmas. Can I speak to Lorenzo? He's still in bed. He better get up if he's going to make his train. Okay, if you look in the refrigerator on the top shelf, you're going to see 2 containers from Amici's. It's a tray of lasagna and some pasta fagioli. Yeah, it's the big ones. No, I want him to have enough for him and to share with whoever he's having Christmas dinner with. What are you talking to me about a turkey for? Have you ever seen a turkey on our holiday table, including Thanksgiving? No, it's because when Pop-Up was a kid, he got too attached to one of the chickens in the chicken coop, and his father made him strangle it, cook it, and eat it. That's been the end of anything with feathers ever since we came to this country. Yeah, I know he's been dead for years, but it's a tradition now. What are you going to do? Just make sure Lorenzo gets those packages, okay? Okay. I'll see you later over to Fat Mary's. Okay. Bye-bye. God love my nephew for coming back after all these years. And I can't blame him for wanting to take off today. I mean, he saw the family, he opened up his presents. He wants to get out of town before any crazy shit goes down with my sister Teresa. My sister is, well, Jesus, look at her. You know, ever since she came back to Baltimore, she has been a huge pain in our ass. And we're just putting up with her while my mother is still alive. But when she's gone, all that's going to change. I'm just saying, oh, there go my electric rollers. Okay, bye-bye. I'm sleeping a little bit late because I'm not used to the time change. And the house is like incredibly quiet for Christmas morning. I can't find my mother anywhere. When I finally find her, she is in a robe, fuzzy slippers, rollers in her hair, and Jolene mustache bleach, like a white foam mustache over her lip. Mom, what are you doing? We gotta leave in like 10, 15 minutes. 10, 15 minutes? You said 12 o'clock. No, I said the train leaves at 12 o'clock. Mom, we talked about this last night. I don't know what to tell you, hon. I just put a tray of sphenia in the oven, and you know how that burns. And these rollers can't come out of my hair for another hour, hour and a half. And if you think I'm going to go like this outside on Christmas morning and climb into my SVU, no way, hon. Okay, Ma, can you help me find a taxi? I need to get a taxi really, really quickly. You can't take a taxi all the way downtown. It's too expensive. You just shouldn't have screwed up the time is all. Mom, look, you know what? I'm too old for this, okay? I know what you're doing. You're thinking if you could screw up my trip to New York, I will stay for Christmas dinner, and it's not going to work. So can you just help me get a taxi right now and stop bullshitting me about all of this? No one talks to my mother like that. And Christmas is definitely not the time to start. Christmas in my family works like this. My mother gets you everything in the world you could possibly imagine so that the first person that steps out of line hears, "Didn't I get you everything you wanted for Christmas?" And then the whole family tells you you ruined Christmas. Oh, no you don't, no you don't. Do you even think you want to go there with me? And the head's moving, and the mustache bleach, and I'm just painting the picture. Look, Mom, I am a 32-year-old grown man who's been on my own for years, and there's nothing I am afraid to go there with you about, okay? Now, if you notice, I'm standing up for myself, and yet I'm also backing up. So the top half is doing pretty well, the bottom half not so much. You fucking bastard, you left this family and fucked up shit for us all these years, and now you come back here talking to me like you got an answer for everything? It has been years since she and I got into it like this, and in those years, I have cut my teeth on some really big fish, okay? I have hung out with drag queens, and not just nice ones like Little Peregrine, who you saw before. I mean, drag queens that make Marines look like pussies, okay? I know how to take care of myself. Ma, if you call your son a bastard, you really might as well just be saying son of a bitch. Why, you... And that's when I realized, I think this crazy bitch is going to push me down these stairs. I'm not saying she did it. Believe me, I'd have grabbed her ass and taken her right down with me with the rollers and the mustache bleach and everything. But I do see that desperation to terrorize me into submission that I knew my entire life. And though it breaks my heart that I have put myself in this position again, it's not the same. And it's never going to be the same. She's 4'11". The scariest thing, honestly, was that mustache. By the time the taxi came, I didn't even want to go to New York anymore, so I just had him take me to the airport. And I was lucky enough to get a standby seat on the last flight back to San Francisco. I sat in my window seat, and that's when I remembered, oh my God, all that food that Lois got me, it's been out all day. It is definitely going to be bad by the time I get home. Only I don't have any cutlery, and so I'm just eating the stuff with my hands, and I'm thinking, there is no love for you here. That's why you left all those years ago. This is freezing cold. It's so fucking good. One day I'll fly away. Leave all this to yesterday. Oh, excuse me, miss. Can I get some cutlery, please? Oh, beverage service? Can I get some extra napkins then? Thank you. Diet Pepsi, please. Thanks. Aren't you gonna give me the whole can? Yeah, but if I ask for the whole can, you're supposed to give me the whole can. I'm not supposed to know your job better than you do. I am about to go home, all alone, on Christmas, to my studio apartment in the Tenderloin, with a pregnant amputee hooker standing out in front of my building like a lawn gnome. To a lot of people, that might not seem like home, but right now it's all I've got. One day I'll fly away.